Hi students, this is Miss Hunt, and I asked your teachers if they would let me talk to you today about picture graphs. So we're going to visit a little bit about those. And in kindergarten, you learned that picture graphs are graphs that represent information or data that we have collected. But there is something we are going to do today that is going to be a little new. We are going to collect our data. So we are going to use tally marks to collect information. So this is what we call a frequency table, or a table where we have collected data about people's favorite pets. So our pets that we have are the cat, a dog, and a hamster. And when we use tally marks, we might go and ask students, what's your favorite pet? And if one person says cat, I'd put a tally mark there beside the name cat. If somebody else said cat, I would add another tally mark. And once I get to 4 people who have said cat, the next person I'm going to do is I'm going to cross those 4 off with a diagonal mark. So I know that when I look at a picture that looks like this, it means 5. So every time I see a picture that looks like this, it means that counts for 5. And pretty soon I'll be able to count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, and it will help me gather data a little bit more quickly. So if I look here, I've got tally marks. I've got 5. These are the number of people who voted for a cat. 2 voted for a dog, and I've got 3 that voted for the hamster. Then we're going to take that data and we are going to put it in a graph. Now we call this a picture graph because we have pictures that stand for the students instead of using just numbers. And guys, when I look at this, I can right away see that a cat was voted for the most because the cat has the most paw prints. When I look down here, this is what we call a key, and it says each paw print stands for 1 vote. So I know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people voted for the cat. 1, 2 people voted for a dog, and 1, 2, 3 people voted for the hamster. So the reason we want to use a picture graph sometimes is because it makes the information easier to look at. It makes it easier to see right away which one was liked the least, which one was liked the most. So let's go ahead and look at another type of graph. If you'll notice, this pet graph goes from left to right. But sometimes you might see graphs where the pictures are up and down from top to bottom. So here is a March weather graph. You'll notice that we always have a title and we always label each of our columns. So over here is my frequency table, or where I collected my data. So we looked at the weather over a certain number of days, and we found that there were a certain number of days that had sunny days, rainy days, and partly cloudy days. If I look here at my tally marks, remember, if I have 4 with 1 crossed over, I can automatically know, oh, that stands for 5, so I can count on. 5, 6, 7. I have 7 days that were sunny. If I look here, I can already see I don't have to count all of my tally marks. I know that this symbol means 5. And down here I have 1, 2, 3 partly cloudy days. So I collect my data and I write it down and keep a table of it, and then I can create my graph so that I can show what my data represents. So let's go down here. I'm going to show you one more graph. These are favorite fruits. And you'll see down here in my key, each smiley face stands for 1 student. My labels are apple, pear, grapes, and bananas. When I look at this graph, I can see that apples were liked the most because it has the longest line of smiley faces. And remember, we said that some graphs go from side to side. We call them horizontal. And some graphs pictures are up and down, like the weather graph. So when I look at this, I can answer questions about it. I could say, how many people liked grapes? I could also ask you, how many people liked bananas and grapes? And I would need to count all of my bananas votes and all of my grapes votes. I could also say which fruit was liked the least. And just by looking at my data, I can see that it would be the grapes without even having to count because I can see that that is the shortest line of smiley faces that I have. So your teachers are going to work with you today when you meet them for their Zoom meeting on creating your own class graphs about favorite fruits. So be thinking about what some of your favorite fruits are, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.